Hello, and welcome to the new Funky Marketing show. Totsi, glad to
Hello,
have you
people.
here.
Hello, people. Hello, how are you today?
I sure hope we are all well. So today is the day when we go and discuss about specific things, things that are related to what we are doing as Funky Marketing, but also related to something that becomes extremely important for all of us, and that is differentiation. So differentiation is the buzzword for these episodes. So Totsi, what does it mean to you when we say differentiation? Just overall in general.
Well, I don't know. In this year, somehow it feels like it's more important than ever, and we can see it all over the place, all over the LinkedIn, all over the other social media. People are trying somehow to stand out. And we can see it all over the place. And to be completely honest, I'm not sure that everyone is capable to do it. So we can see many different tryouts, many different testing things, many different approaches, and probably in the end, only few are capable to do this. And I'm like very happy that you choose like this topic for our today episode, because it's really important if you're in digital service based business. You need to stand out from the crowd. It's like jungle out there. You need to be beast to survive, or to be something different, something else, and we will talk about that more.
Yeah, I think it's not only like just for people to know the whole overview. It's not only in service based businesses, but also in product, anything basically today that you have. And a lot of companies have the similar, more or less features or products that they're solving the same problem. You need to stand out based on something. I mean, when we are in the marketing space, like, I mean, every third person here around me in Serbia is called marketing guy, So how do we stand out? That's kind of what we will talk about in this episode, and we will use us as Funky Marketing as an example. So basically, what I have been seeing on LinkedIn, but also on Twitter, Facebook. It's an old story, but yeah, over there also everything is the same. Like all the visuals are the same, all the videos are the same, all the shortcuts out of the videos are the same. It's just different stories, but visually, when you look at it, it's all the same. Okay, people differentiate themselves by but what they are saying, are they actually saying the right things? Do they have the experience? Are they doing the job? Are they showing results? Those kind of things. But I think in today's world, one of the things that we need to work a lot more when it comes to differentiating us from the others is choosing creatives to be different. So in creatives is the solution. It's also what gives better results for the advertising. It also what gives better results when it comes to just copywriting and the posts. Seems like everybody's talking the same stories on LinkedIn. Like, okay, it's how is it called, brotherhood posts and those kind of things. That's okay, but it seems like the time has come that those things needs to go away or needs to change, because LinkedIn is changing, we are changing, people are discovering those metrics, those frameworks, and everybody is doing the same. It's been a long time since Josh Fetcher invented those things and started to put it out on LinkedIn. And everybody's figuring out those things, especially like people that are coming now on the platform, not only on Facebook, but those people are coming also on Twitter. So they are figuring out things faster. those are younger people, younger than us,
Younger than us.
and people who grew up with technology, with knowing those things in digital space. So they didn't, read the books and then needed to transform that into digital. How does it look like from the mobile, or those kind of things? They were born digital. They were writing and talking like this since the day they are born, and they are figuring out things very fast, coming up, and and dominating the platforms very fast. And it brings kind of the thing that more and more content is being produced, more and more of the same content is being produced. And it's time, at least for us, I don't know about everybody else, but I would advise them to do so, to be different and to differentiate ourselves a little bit. So let's see. Why do we need to differentiate ourselves? And you wanted to talk a little bit about the levels of differentiation and those things. So let's start. Let's start with that.
Well, for start, I mean it's everything is changing. So it's probably more important than ever to be able to differentiate yourself, because especially in B2B, word of mouth is like mother of all selling. So I mean 90% of B2B selling are referrals. Word of mouth marketing is doing the best job, and in some I don't know, a little bit complicated business decisions, too many people are involved, and it's not enough to have like content. I mean, everyone has a content. It's not enough to be like with some basic features. So I think we can actually differentiate like 5 different layers of like true differentiation. So for start, we have like some basic things, like you can have it like a simple checkbox. Hey, we are doing digital marketing. Okay, we are doing digital marketing too, especially as you said in the time where everyone is like digital and mobile. So hey, if you want to sell something, skip the basics. So we have like this basic starting differentiation. After that, you have like another layer. It's a like false differentiation, where you have like all different kind of different companies actually doing the same services. For example, we are writing articles. Okay, we are writing articles too. Like what's new on the table? I mean, come on, it's 2021. Give me something more. And another layer will be like some conventional differentiation. Things are start getting trickier a little bit, and you can you can imagine that fist fighting in phone booth. So like you don't have enough space to give a good punch. So you're doing, for example, lead generation, and you're the best in business, you are the master of lead generation. And I mean it's like pain point for all of us. You receive ton of similar message in your inbox on daily basis. So it's not like a real differentiation, but with some I don't know, tryouts to be different, but in the end, come on, it's the same thing we are doing everywhere. And if we are doing business on some like serious I don't know, we are at least trying to be serious, we cover all this. So it's a little bit tryout, and after that you can, if you finish like all these like false types of differentiation, you can actually be in position to be like really different. And I mean that's like adding value in some content, be different, but different with I don't know, unique features, unique selling points, starting building some thought leadership, be there like in consistent manner day by day. And after that you can, if you cover all these things, you can have like true elite leadership differentiation on some like thought leadership influence level, where you will provide fully customized solutions for your clients, fully personalized solutions for your clients, and you will stand out from the crowd by quality, by adding value, by integrity, by being persistent day by day, service by service. And that's a process, and we will talk about every single piece of that process further.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So this is an interesting topic, and I wanted to direct people who are listening right now um, to the episode, one of the first 20 episodes of the Funky Marketing Podcast, this very own show, when I talk with Pep Laya about that from Winter, how they did the differentiation, why they did it, what is actually the differentiation, how the messaging is going, those kind of things. So if you want to go further into this, you can listen to that episode. I think we cover almost everything. But let's go a little bit back and to the time when we started Funky Marketing. So right from the start, I didn't want Funky Marketing to be like all the other agencies. So I wanted to differentiate us from the agencies. And to be able to do that, we needed a strategic narrative. We needed the old way. So old way was, agencies, most of them, 90% doing just basics, advertising and posting on social media. That's a little less, a little more than basics. So 90% of the agencies are providing just that. So related to that, clients aren't satisfied. Whenever we talked to the companies, we are in the position when we hear that they have been working with 1 to 3 different agencies. Sometimes it's even 10, and they are not satisfied with any of them. Why? The main reason is because they don't understand their problems deep enough. They think that there is one solution for every company, and that by the time, even if they start well, the next month or the month after that, the quality of services goes down, and that's it. So those are kind of the things that we are seeing. Also coming up into the B2B space, it was all foggy, mystic. We already talked about it. No humans, no emotions, no feelings. So we decided to bring B2C into the B2B. So all those things, and to try to change the industry a little bit. So this is our point of view, where we were coming from. And right from the start, I didn't want us to be like an agency or to call ourselves an agency. So we called ourselves a team, a community of people that are here to help you solve your problems, and help as many people and companies as possible to change their problems. And by doing that, step by step, company by company, we try to change an industry at least a little bit. So this is kind of where we started. We were small, flexible, fast, and able to deliver quality fast, but also to adapt and change without breaking the strategy. And we were the ones who were coming up with the strategy. That's, I think, one of the most important things, because most of the agencies are just implementing something that somebody else already wrote, created, however do we call it. So that were the entry points. And we were called Funky Marketing, which is another thing that is a differentiation, because it's related to the funk, funk, gangsta, old school hip hop, all those things. My background, as I was growing up listening to those music, also like Marvin Gaye and the others, how they were changing their landscape at the time, like black people having a voice and all those kind of things. I'm white, but that's better. So and visually, we were visually also different. And what we do differently is whoever is coming to the team, like you told C, then Martin, then Linda, then all the other team members, they were all started to being active, and they all bring something special to the team. You brought your experience from different areas. Other people brought their experience, and that's how we shaped and changed as a team. And we were keep going. It brought us like 34 clients in a 12 months. Solely focus on LinkedIn. We were doing that differently. Nobody was using only LinkedIn as a platform. Everybody was trying different platforms, trying to mix it up. And one thing that is now different from that time, and why we are now into this discussion and into this topic, is that we pass the time when everybody get to know us. They know who we are. They heard about us. We are all over LinkedIn now, trying to go and do the same with Twitter. And we were the new thing. Okay, funky marketing guys are here. They are changing the industry. They are changing the narrative. We had even the new thing, which is funky marketing top voices, when we brought like 20 top voices in the space, people that are
That was great. That was great.
Yeah, that are doing funky marketing. We'll bring that again every December. But the thing is that we got the community, we involve other people, we created content with them. But now we are in a position that everybody else, stepped in, followed us, follow other people as well. And we are all here, like on the same level. And we needed to do something different. We needed to do something different because when I looked at LinkedIn, all the posts are the same, or the visuals more or less are the same, or they just look funny, but they are not that serious that a huge company can decide to work with you based on that. They don't have that seriousness, that professionalism with them. And everybody has a podcast, and podcasts are all the same. The big headline and the transcription, maybe the logo, with everybody has their own colors, those kind of things. And because you keep seeing those things in the feed, you stop paying attention to them. And maybe algorithm changed a little bit, but I think also people are bored with the same content, so they don't find the pleasure in listening to all those things for some reason. I think, looking at myself, I don't know, you will tell me also what do you think, but it looks like whatever I will play, it will tell me the same thing.
More or less, I feel the same. I caught myself that I'm reading posts, and after that linked articles, I'm just skimming through text, because more or less everything is the same. And I don't know, I want to educate myself. I want to be better marketeer, and I don't know. I have the feeling more or less everything is already said and it's similar. The same is like video material. And I don't know, I feel the urge to do something different, but it's hard to find the right balance between different and professional. And as you said before, we are trying from the early beginnings to incorporate short-term B2C tactics in our long-term B2B strategies. And we want to put like additional value and additional emotions on the table, because we want to build the trust and we want to stand out. But at this point, we really need to do something extraordinary to stand out from the crowd, because hey, as we discussed like earlier, different layers. People are done with all these checklists, and now it's the time to do something different, because our brand awareness phase is finished. People know who we are.
Yeah, and basically, if you want to change the industry, it gotta start from yourself. You gotta lead with an example. This is also the reason why I came up with Chief Vision Officer, just to like try to get the conversations going. And moving forward, I was thinking of how we can do things differently. So let's start from the from the website and the blog and everything else out there. We try to change the industry. It means that we need to keep being the thought leaders. Okay, we have the podcast, which is talking about some advanced things when we are sharing things directly and we're going into details. But we felt like we need a written content as well. So when somebody comes to our website and they see, okay, the starting price is $5,000. So it probably means that these guys are doing something. Why do I need to pay that much to start working with them? Then they go to the blog. If they are not ready for that or have doubts or something like that, and when they go to the blog, they need to find some things that they cannot find anywhere else. So they need to go and and read things which will happen, which we are doing into the companies. Not only the things that they can find anywhere else. And this is what we are doing right now, and this is the kind of content that we are creating right now. This is what you are leading the way with our content writers, and also with another tool that we are using called Conversion AI. Jarvis will talk about it a little bit more after, and we'll put a link if you are watching this on LinkedIn or other platforms, Facebook, Twitch, or anywhere else live. We will put the link in the comments. I will explain why and what you can do with this link. Why you don't go directly to the website, because we have some good stuff for you, so you can play a little bit with it. But that's the first step. Yeah, if you want to be a thought leader, you need to have a thought leadership content. And by that, I don't mean that you don't need to have a different type of content. You need to have the content also for the SEO. You need to have the sales-related content. You need to have the company news. You need to have the content for distribution. You need to have different kind of content, but you need to cover all of them. But thought leadership content is the one that will differentiate you, because you are setting up the new standards, coming up with a new thing. Yeah. So maybe you can even go and give even a little bit more details about those things.
And I mean, like you're 100% right. If you want to really differentiate yourself, you need to go one step further, because everyone can do some interesting personal stories with some, I don't know, some failure and success in the end. Everyone can compile few different resources from the web on some topic, and hey, it's a new article. If you need to really be different, you need to go a step further. You need to lead with personal example. You need to give additional value, and you need to show some integrity, and you need to be persistent. And now we are trying to form like high quality topic clusters around our main subjects. And I don't know, as I said in a previous example, everyone can sell the articles. I don't want to sell the articles. I want to cover main topic clusters and to form literally network of high quality content for your business. And we are leading our way with our personal example. We will do something like that for our own purposes, and after that we will test it, we will show screenshots, we will distribute it further, we will go even more to distribution, and we will show everything. We are building in public. That's one of one of our specialties. So if it works well for us, it will work for you.
Yeah, exactly. We had a comment here, and we will elaborate it a little bit differently, because we just started to show from Kevin. For Kevin, thanks Kevin for the comment. because we just started to explain the way we are doing things differently. And it's not that everybody else are saying. Everybody else can keep saying it, but only a few companies,
He's actually doing it.
actually implemented the thing. So it's in implementation, not in saying it. So let's go further. Let's move on from the long form content to the website, and let's go to the posts. So when we go and look at the copy is almost the same everywhere. Like personal story, mix a little bit of the insights. A lot of people still sharing articles, even though it brings the reach and the views down. And one of the things that I keep seeing is polls are everywhere, so everybody else are doing the same thing. It's okay to take the poll and use it to get insights from the audience and distribute probably the articles or the messages or whatever to the right people. But if you do it every day, it's just unfollow or hide. And what did I see as a solution for that are the stories. Not actually the stories, the kind of they're there, but dialogues and stories from take one day at the office and use just one little segment of it. When you enter the office, what's going on over there and how do you feel? Like that's one of them. Or one of the others is like a person is finishing the work in the bar, looking at what's going on outside. There's a wind, it's an autumn night, and he has all sorts of thoughts on his mind. What's going to happen tomorrow, what he needs to do, related to his business, related to his family, all kind of those things. Like it's like you're reading a novel in a way, and that are not the content that you are seeing on LinkedIn or on Twitter or anywhere else. So this is the kind of content that I want to see more. I want the story to get me in, to involve me right from the start, and I want to to see what's going to happen after it. Even though it's like it can be a short story, when you read a novel or read a novel book, or the short story book, some stories are longer, some are shorter, but there's a beginning and there's the end and there's the
And
thing
you
in the
will
middle.
remember it, and you will remember it because you will feel better,
Yeah.
emotionally connected. And we are still missing that approach. We are still missing to see that type of business storytelling through dialogues, through emotions. There is like, I think no one is doing this. Why?
And we were thinking of, it's not easy to come up with those kind of stories. Even though we are all storytellers, we are all great copywriters in Funky Marketing, this is actually the one skill that everybody in the company needs to have. And it's not hard. It's not hard. It's not easy to come up with different kind of stories every day. So we needed help, and this is where the conversion AI or Jarvis comes in. I was thinking about, okay, we can use it to kind of like extend the post or use it to improve the content or use it for those kind of things. But one option, one feature that I found was really helpful for this was creative story. And creative story is, you give a plot twist of what needs to happen in it. You set up the tone, and it gives you all kind of different way to go into that. Okay, so all kind of different ways to tell that story from different angles, from different industry, from different approach. You can, your mind is blown basically what you're seeing over there. Like Jarvis is cool. Like just today I was using it, and one of the options that I have, we were using it for for writing content about localization and translation, and one of the outcomes was welcome to my TED show.
Nice. Nice.
Jarvis just told us, "Welcome to my TED show," and I'm gonna post a link on LinkedIn in the comments, but also I will post it in it so you can. Why I'm posting the link, because as you go right now to the conversion AI, you cannot actually you need to buy it right away. You cannot test it, but with this free affiliate link, you have 5 days to test it.
Which
So
is enough, which is more than enough. And I just want to say, you have like additional amazing features, but if you want to go one step further and to be different, creative story approach, business storytelling in different manner is just right way to go.
yeah, and I will just extend to what Kalim is saying.
Mhm.
Hi, Kali, my friend. To tell a good story, you need to know your customers really well. That's why they don't do it. That's really true. But I want to extend on this. If you really want to change things and if you really want to lead the way, it's not only about your customers. Customers, yeah, they are the start. They are the content from which you need to start to develop everything. But you want to change also the others, because if you from our perspective, if we want to change the industry at least a little bit, we need to go a little bit outside of the customers as well. So we need to talk to the different target groups and get everybody else involved in the story. Why? Because everybody else will help us get to the more people who will become our customers or our clients. We can only reach as many people, by ourselves. But if we tell the story in a way that it involves others, others will tell us to join it. Yeah, it's a community. It's a not only followers base, but community where you have the engagement. You have people continuing to tell the story, and getting their story into your stories. Every post, in ideal situation, every post needs to have additional stories in the comments or in shares where people will talk about it. And okay, so that's the first part when it comes to the post. So copy, writing and telling the stories. And we try to introduce different people, to use the names of different people. So it's like Travis. Even now we are talking about Jarvis, which is conversion AI. Then some female characters, and also like companies. We have company Z, which is a character by itself. All this content will go out to our page starting today. So you will find it on the Funky Marketing Company pages, in the Facebook group, on Twitter, but also on our personal profiles. So yeah, one other thing which is maybe more important than the copy, it is one thing that will get people to actually read the copy, read the story, is the visuals, so the creatives. And I've been thinking of, I knew the FX that I wanted to have, so the easy option was, going with clean design, which is the thing that we are already doing, and it's okay, having like our black in the background, having white or orange letters, or that bluish greenish, however we call it, but that's okay, and that's okay for a quote, for something when we have a lot of text on the visual, and when we want people just to read that. It's not necessarily that they go and read the whole copy. So that's for that part. For the second part, when we want people to actually go and read the story in the text, in the copy, we needed to go and create the intent, the plot for the story. And that's what I was thinking. Okay, we can, funky marketing. It's something that started in the 70s, but even before that, the warm up started in the 50s. So I decided to go and use only the visuals from those times, from 50s and from 70s in our posts. So everything that you will see moving forward on the funky marketing profiles on social media, and on the podcast and everywhere else is related to the vintage thing, to the retro things. And we want to change things a little bit and to remind ourselves of the old ways of doing things, all the stories of how it was, because marketing actually needs to go back to the times where it was when the marketing is what it was supposed to be. It wasn't sales, it wasn't something else. We just couldn't measure it in a way. So when brand was important, when copywriting was important to the Ogilvy's time, and those kind of things. And what is better than that than going retro and vintage and bringing back, those kind of lifestyle memories and everything. And having that in mind, I think we can do now one more thing. Maybe no, we can do it later. But we did it starting this episode, so you can go back to the beginning when we finish this live. Or if you're just listening to this, you can go to our social media profiles and actually find the intro to this podcast, because we created a different intro which will tell the story from the 50s, from the 70s, and bring in a little bit of different retro vintage vibe, because we wanted to have that also in the podcast. We wanted to bring back some retro vintage t-shirts and something else, so you can see Totsi, you can see me with Rick and Morty. That's why we are dressed like this. Somebody can say ridiculous, and my wife, my wife is the first one that will say that.
Same here, same
But
here.
like, Andrea, this is just for the podcast. No worries, I won't go
I
out
will not look like
in
this
this on
every
the
day.
street. Yeah. So also, having that in mind, what we will do next is when you see this episode of the podcast and the next ones on YouTube and also on LinkedIn, we will be inside the television, inside the old television. You will see Toti and me in the old television. So also we will have that retro look. We won't have like, okay, the headlines and the description, they're okay, but it will be done differently. So we want to have that framework. So yeah, each step we want to do to give it a retro vintage look, but also stories, and also to involve as many people as possible inside it, because it's not our goal to talk only to our customers. This is what we are changing at the moment. Okay, what we are talking about, and the main topics are still the ones where we are hammering over pain points. And we will share results, we will share screenshots, we will talk about the things that we are doing, and the way we are doing it. Also, the content on our website is highly serious, I can tell you that. We are starting to come up. This is the topic that we will talk more in the next month, because so it's a little bit, we are coming up with the more structured content and the more heavy, I would say, it content, and the more content that will, by reading it, by downloading it, you can instantly go to your company, implement it, and have results. So these are the kind of effect that we want to have. Yeah, it's a cool that we have excuse. I mean, the name is called Funky Marketing. And I keep repeating when we start talking with clients, I learned that the hard way. I keep talking that we are different. This is the first thing that I'm telling them. So we are different. And this is kind of the overview of what we will do in the next period and what we want to do and the way we want to do it, because it makes us motivated and involved, and to kind of do something different. But it's not only what we want to do for ourselves, it starts with us. We are testing it on ourselves and we are the one leading the change, but it's also what we want to do for the clients in a different way. They are all different companies. Like, this is what we want to do for the B2B companies. We want to go and give them a different look. Like a company that is in B2B SaaS space doing, let's say finance software, we want them to look differently. We want them to have, the uniqueness of their employees, which will help them stand out. Not only what they know, but also how they do behave. We want to find that one thing, like we have, this is funky vintage retro. We don't want to bring vintage and retro to the whole space, but we want to find uniqueness in every company and to bring that out. So this is the way it needs to be. Maybe there are different people in the space that are doing different things, and definitely there are, and they are bringing their uniqueness in their way. This is ours, and this is what we do. We know how to tell the stories. We know how to use those stories to get to the revenue and performance. So, in short, that's what we do and what we gonna keep doing.
That's our way.
Tootsie.
That's funky way. And I mean, it's for us. It's only it's only solution left, because if we want to change the industry, and we want, because our main idea, our main goal is not to find two additional clients. No, we want to change the industry. So we need to go one step further. We need to be in position to actually influence other people in our marketing space. And to do this, we really need to be like on fully professional level, doing actually something which is completely different, with high level professionalism for written material, with highly interesting visual components, and with like full new strategic narrative. And we want to do for ourselves, and we are pretty sure we can do something like that for our clients. In the meantime, we want to provide like more high quality content, better visuals for podcasts, better visuals for our posts. We want to go with more and more complex topic clusters. We want to go with ebooks. So we are actually practice what we preach, and we are pretty sure in time, day by day, post by post, piece of content, another piece of content, equipped with nicely done distribution. Actually, we believe we can do something like that in 3 to 6 months period, and actually we can start doing things for our clients too. So people, be prepared.
Yeah, Totsi, there is a question, and I can give you the
Okay.
pleasure to start the answer. We're gonna chat a little bit about it. Do you think content is one of the key differentiators for B2B companies now? And if it's something else, feel free to add more to it.
Yes, it's one of the key components, but not content only. And as we mentioned before, it needs to be visuals, it needs to be business storytelling, it needs to be mixed with emotions, and you need to know your customers well to do that. And after that, you need to go step further. And you need to think about the distribution, because if you do all this and without proper distribution channels and good presence, not enough people will actually see it. So yes, content is a good starting point, but it's just one piece of the puzzle.
What else will you get in there? I know my answer, and I will give it after this. But what else would you consider, as one of the key differentiators for B2B companies, except the content? What else can it be?
I would love to see more personal approach in these companies. I want to see people behind brand. I want to see their faces. I want uh, to see their stories. To see they work as a team. I want to see they believe actually in what their company is selling, and somehow I'm still not sure I'm seeing enough company in B2B spaces who are ready to go fully personally with their people behind their brand, fully believe in what they're selling or they're doing.
Yeah, and what I wanted, I totally agree. I mean, But one thing that I want to emphasize is, we are talking that everybody has the same features. It's tech. It's not easy to stand out, to differentiate yourself. But like, if you really have a good product and a product that is giving unique approach to a unique solution for a specific problem, that can be a huge differentiator. And we in that kind of situation, when you have a high quality product that is solving specific problem, I mean, your marketing needs to just follow up that.
It's
You know,
easier. It's easier.
you don't need to come up with different things, to be different than the other. The quality is the differentiator. And I think I kept this for the end, because I think that we need to clarify this and we need to talk more about those things. And not everybody can do it, but if you decide to have a really good product and to solve problems in a really specific way, that's one way to go. Also, one of the things that is here important to mention is, it's not like you won't come up to the great product, unique product, if you hide it from everybody else, and you just show it when you think that it's ready, because in 99% it isn't ready and it isn't what people want, or they want it in a different way. So you involve the community and everybody else in actually creating it. So even before that you have an idea for the product, the community is where it starts. And let's just answer the question, and like, circle the
One
topic.
more thing. Being cheapest is not unique feature. Remember that. It's like really important, because you see something like this all the time. Hey, our unique feature in overcrowded space. Hey, we are the cheapest one. Well, maybe today, tomorrow you will not be. And if you try to differentiate yourself as a cheapest solution, it's like shortcut to nowhere.
Yeah, and I think we got this question, which is kind of extending on
Yes.
you were talking about the employees in front of the company and being shown, and is that equal to leading with a personal brand, like employee pushing their companies? How do I see that? Is it's not that. Okay, yes, building personal brands of the employees can have a huge impact on the company's brand, but it's not something that should be done. The CEO tells that we should do it, and then we go do it. It's not the way we do it. We need to, get the mindset of the people right, or get the right people when they already have the mindset in the company. And also, how do I'm seeing that? Because more and more people are talking about the personal brands, those kind of things. I'm seeing it as, creating the company content with employees. So people creating content together, and also with people from the company creating the content with potential clients, targeted accounts. Everybody creating content together. They going out of on their own and started creating their own communities inside it. So the whole structure is getting bigger and bigger and wider and wider. So that's how I see it. And to be able to do that, you need to have a great culture. You need to have the people with the right mindset, and you need to have people that know what they're doing and they feel free to go out and do it. And that's not easy. Not many companies can do it. And that can definitely be something that can differentiate people. And so these are the things that how am I seeing it. So it's not only personal brands of the people, it means a lot more.
For start, as you said, you need to have vision, you need people, and you need a special type of company culture, because it's not something like I can have B or C players in my team and I will make them task on some tool and they will finish it. It's a process and you need to be a player to finish it.
Exactly, exactly. So yeah, I think we said some really deep shit.
Good, good.
I like to using those words, even though I'm not using them in my daily work and daily routine. And I want to go back when it comes to differentiation. Because out of the results of the poll that I have been doing last week, I shared a couple of articles with a couple of people depending on their answers. And so one of them, the articles that I share was how to create a B2B content machine. When at the very beginning of the article, I'm saying, the customers, when you create the content, customers are asking, what the hell is there for me? In your service, in what you do, in your content, what the hell is there for me? And the guy told me, it seems like a great article, but the language there is there, doesn't belong. It's not something that goes well with my clients, which is most of them are in the finance. The language is different, and I told him, man, like I told you that we are different. Then think that I keep repeating, but when you think about it, we tend to write articles and to write posts the way we think. So if you look at, you get the outreach email from somebody, and they offer you something, you will think about, and they only talk about themselves. You will think in your head like, what the hell is there for me? Why you're sending this for me? So this is the way we are thinking. So this is the way we are writing it. But usually we don't do that, because when we sit down next to the laptop or desktop computer or something else, we tend to shift and tend to be always polite, be always not to get into the discussion, not to disagree. I mean, we are all humans and we are all different, so it means that we are thinking differently and we can disagree. That's okay. By disagreeing and having different views and talking about those views is how we make the progress. So yeah, this is a little rant for the end.
It's nice,
Totsi,
rent.
anything else you would like to say for the end?
Emotions, emotions, emotions. Don't forget the emotions. People buy from people they trust, and for that, they need to feel your person behind your avatar. And it's the same as the company. People need to see which are the people who are representing the idea, the culture, the vision, the structure, everything. So don't be afraid to put emotions in front of your business.
Yeah, and when it comes to the emotions, what is the question that I have for you now?
Uh, Tell me.
What is the last song that you heard today?
Today took my second shot of vaccine and actually didn't have time to listen some music, and actually I listen some local radio. But I have another question for you. What is the last TV show you were watching?
TV show or the movie?
TV show.
TV show. That's an interesting question. Black Lightning. So
Deep, deep.
the show is like shit, but the music is great. It's all old school hip hop, and I really like it just because of that. I don't watch the episode if I have to mute the laptop. So yeah, the last song that I was listening, and it was nice because I had this post this morning talking about it. The last date that went badly.
With
And
Simba.
yeah, Dominic had a comment that now he remembers it, and like uh, he was like, "Why did you remind me of that? Oh, now it's gonna hunt me." And I remember a last song that I was listening today was "The River" from Bruce Springsteen, and in one part it says, "Those memories came to haunt me." And why I'm talking about this, I want to use it as the end to talk a little bit something other than business. So that's why I'm telling the story. It's I'm from the small city. When Michelin or the Tiger Tires is the biggest company, it employs like 4,000 people. So basically, each person in the city has something to do with the company. And yeah, the cat is joining us for
Yes.
those for those that are not looking at the video. And I was wondering, why do I like the song that much? Because it's basically the song that Bruce was wrote for his sister. It's her life, and basically she got pregnant at 17 years old, and the her with her husband, they stayed to live in the suburbs of the Jersey, if I'm not wrong, and to work in the construction company as the father of the husband, everything else. And it reminded me of so many people from my hometown that won't ever discover themselves, won't ever find out what they like, what to dislike, those kind of things. And I'm glad that I'm not in that group. I'm just glad that I'm not in that group, and I
I
think actually the
understand.
songs remind me of that, and I need to listen to it every few days just to know,
Nice,
come,
nice
yes,
motivation. I know. I will use this opportunity to recommend
the cat.
American Gods. It's like really great strategic narrative, and I think you can use this mindset for your everyday business storytelling. So, American Gods season 3.
Yeah, the last season was good. I don't know if they are coming back for the season 4 or no. Somebody told me that they are coming back for the season 4. I don't know why. I think it's good ending. But the season 2 was shit. The season
Yeah.
3 was great. So so yeah. Okay. So basically that's it, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you are here right now listening to me, go to my profile in like 10 minutes. I will play the intro for the podcast that will go out, and I want to hear your thoughts on it. Let's bring back the vintage retro funky marketing style.
Back to the basics.